And I prayed in my decision to become a physician, and I prayed with my women as we delivered their babies. And I prayed especially for women who faced difficult choices in their pregnancies. And so I'd like to share with you one other reflection before we get to my stories of hope and courage. I went to go visit my daughter before I came here over in Poland, Gdansk. And of course, all of you know how heroic and how much suffering the Polish people have gone through in the last century. We spent some time at the World War II Museum in Gdansk, and I highly recommend that for all of you. And it was, of all the atrocities and suffering that was exposed in that museum, the most amazing thing that I came across were a series of medals, gold, silver, and bronze, that Adolf Hitler would give to women who he and his colleagues felt were representative of the Aryan race. Do any of you know what those gold, silver, and silver medals were given to women for? For having children, and the gold medal was for the women who would have 5 or more purebred Aryan children. And they had those medals in display there. At the same time that that's going on, we have a country to the west of here, Iceland, which is issuing prayer cards to women who choose to end the life of their child born with Down syndrome. At any stage of pregnancy, they have special wards that they take these children to through all 9 months of pregnancy after they're born to kill them. And then they give a card to the mother thanking her for her heroic decision to terminate that life. Down syndrome children, spina bifida children being terminated daily. And I worked with these children in special and therapeutic recreation for many years. What precious, precious children, no less precious than my own 5 sons and daughters, or any of us in this room. No less precious. So as we reflect upon that dichotomy, that interesting paradox of Adolf Hitler and then modern eugenics, let's reflect for a few moments on some true stories of heroism and courage. Let's reflect upon the many women who do in fact choose life rather than terminating the lives of those less than perfect children in the eyes of the eugenics movement. Let's reflect on the women who have to make difficult choices, such as Vanessa, who in her 5th pregnancy, having had 4 C-sections, was told by her many physicians back in Florida that she needed to terminate this pregnancy because she was at risk of a condition known as placenta accreta, in which the placenta is fused with the uterus and she could bleed to death. And Vanessa, at the time of the delivery of this infant at a large hospital in Orlando, Florida, was surrounded, well, first of all, she didn't cave in to the desires of her doctors. I'm also her physician, I'm proud to be. And I was with her, and I was with 16 other physicians as we prepared to deliver this baby. And she, under anesthesia, while going through her C-section, was praying with her husband, audibly and openly, in front of, for all to hear, praying her rosary. And this baby came out as a healthy baby. And Vanessa went on to lose 13 pints of blood. She lost her entire blood volume and almost died. But she came out through the power of prayer. She survived, and today she's home with her 5 children. She made a choice for life, knowing that she could end her life in the process of delivering this baby. That is courage, and that is hope. We have other women who choose life after having had a series. Actually, this is part of the show and tell. Gemma, are you here? If you could grab this. I need to grab this. Gemma alluded to the fact that I'm a member of a network of physicians, unfortunately still small, called the Abortion Pill Reversal Network in America. The modern instruments of death in the abortion clinic are no longer the suction D&Cs. They're still happening, but they're transitioning to this little package. And in America, and in this country as well, you can get these. As a matter of fact, and I've mentioned this in my book, The Hidden Truth, and if you look under my name, you can find it. But I mentioned a conversation I had with a Dr. Malcolm Potts, former head of the International Planned Parenthood Federation. And he was boasting at a medical meeting at how he was able to get RU-486, which is now under a different name, smuggled into Ireland, all right, to get these chemical abortion pills in. Now these are essentially, I hope you all are aware of what this process is. This is a do-it-yourself abortion kit. And on this package, it was given to me by my nurse recently, and it says, Dr. Littell, this is the patient's words, I don't ever want to see these misoprostol pills again. And you open this package and you take out a series of pills, which in America are also known as Cytotec. You can get them from your gastroenterologist. These pills are used to expel the baby from the mother's womb anywhere up to 12 weeks of age after she takes one of two chemicals, methotrexate or the RU486. Now, if any of you have ever had a miscarriage, you know how much suffering and how much that entails. And I won't get graphic about it, but tell you that there are many stories of women who have had serious medical problems going home to do this at home. Yet they have no qualms about giving it to women. And here's the good story, the hope, is that this lady came to my office, and because the effect of these pills is to block the life-sustaining chemical progesterone, we're able to give her progesterone injections and other forms of progesterone that reverse the effects of the pill. If she comes in within 24 hours, the sooner the better. So you should all be talking to the outside the abortion mills when, God willing, if they ever get to go to the South and say, please, if you have any regrets, find a doctor who can give you progesterone. This baby survived because we gave her progesterone. I need my note back. The final note of hope and courage, forgive me, is when you consider the many pro-life people out there in various professions. You've got your lawyers, your clergy, your teachers, your politicians, thank you, and of course, your physicians. In America, there's hope right now. You're all familiar with Roe versus Wade in the Supreme Court. And I want you all today to be praying, first of all, for our pro-life, believe it or not, our pro-life politician in chief, President Donald Trump. He has done more for unborn children in his 1.5 years than any president in the last 30 years in the United States of America. And that is a fact. And his next decision is going to be to nominate to the Supreme Court a justice who is going to help to overturn Roe versus Wade and make abortion illegal in the United States of America. I have no doubt about that. And the woman we need to pray for is Mrs. Amy Coney Barrett, a mother of 7, a Notre Dame alumnus, Fighting Irish, Notre Dame. And she has been persecuted already for taking a public stance, and the politicians in D.C. say, are you an Orthodox Catholic? You have no business being a Supreme Court justice. It's such a bias, as you all have, many of you can see and have understood. She is going to be the one, I believe, that's going to be in there. We have pro-life politicians, we have clergy that are here, lawyers, and physicians. And lastly, I want to close with the words of 2 philosophers, very important in the last century. There was a philosopher out of Poland, Karol Wojtyła, who said, the most important question of the 21st century will be, what is a person? What is a person? And then there was another equally distinguished philosopher of the 20th century, named Dr. Seuss. And Dr. Seuss wrote a great book, a classic book that all of us could read, and certainly all the children should have read, called Horton Hears a Who. And please go home and read that, because in there's the most amazing line at the end of the book. That a person is a person, no matter how small. And now if a child can figure that out, why can't your political leaders in this country figure that out? Jesus Christ said, let the children come unto me. He said that for a reason, because children see the light. They know the truth. Listen to the children. Listen to the truth. God bless you. God bless Ireland.